Hello, I'm Milagros Barrios, and today I'm going to talk about the Thank You book. This is a rhyming poem about being grateful every day for love, beauty, and family. The writer is Jade Maitre, a lawyer, photographer, and a writer. It's illustrated by Jessim Sears. This is a book in which values such as love and family are constantly mentioned. Throughout this story, it has been constantly focused on love, which I believe is a very good feeling to teach our students. Moreover, I can relate love with children's literature. Why? Because when we talk about children's literature, it gives the most fundamental experience of life, such as hope, fear, loneliness, belonging, and love. And this last one, love, we can see these feelings in many situations in the story. For example, as soon as she gets up, she opens a window and says, "World, I love you." And while she looks out to the window, she sees many signs of love. Since birds singing till a father playing with her son, and a postman petting a dog. And she not only see this love, she also feel this love because her family is very loving. And in my personal opinion, giving this story to children will be so significant for them since the focus is on love. In the story, this character, she grew up in a family that gave her so much love and motivates her constantly. So here I found a relationship with Erikson's theory of psychosocial development, and I want to focus in the stage number 4. The stage number 4, which is industry versus inferior, the age till since 5 till 12. In this stage, we want to get the approval of what we are interested in, so we will get this motivation to make it more enjoyable. And following this theory, if you don't get this approval of your parents, for example, you won't feel this motivation and you will fail because you don't have motivation. But this is not the case of our character. She's the first case about this stage. She feels motivated because of how her family treats her. Basically, she can achieve this motivation. Another relation is that in the stories never been mentioned the name, neither the age of this girl, but I assume that she has 8 or 9 years old. So this reminds me of Rousseau's theory about 5 stages of child development, precisely into stage number 2, which was boyhood, in which Emile is educated to improve sense, the main needs to develop these senses, and these senses are developed through the story. For example, the breath, the smell, and the touch. Another relation is that a story like this will be perfect to teach at primary school. Why? Because in the Buenos Aires curriculum, it states that in 4th grade, children must learn poetry, and this story is written in rhymes, so it would be fit perfectly to these students. And following these relations, I want to mention you the semantics fields that I have found on the story. The semantic fields that we have is animal, senses, and family. The lexis about the semantics field is, well, in the animals we have animals such as birds, ants, a mouse, and a dog. In the senses we have breath, smell, see, and touch. And when we talk about the family, we have the mother, the grandma, and the father. The linguistic exponent, I have found two, present simple and past simple. I found present simple when in a part of the story it says a boy rides by on bicycle, and I found past simple when it says when I put them on she laughed and clapped. Finally, the function, which is describing feelings. And I want you to read some extract about this story, which I mentioned before. It is a poem, so it is writing in rhymes, to let you know this sense of these values that this story has. It says, I have a house above my head, a bedroom where I sleep, a place to play, a place to read, a place to talk and eat. And love has built up all these things. We are not a house, a home, 'cause things are nice, but nicer still is knowing we are not alone. And finally, I think my opinion is pretty obvious for what I have talking about. Of course, I recommend this book for all the reasons I have mentioned, and I think it is a great story to tell our students, and it will be so meaningful for them. Thank you for watching. That's all.